When looking out over the landscape of deconverted Christians, you'll often find that there are some people who have some degree of bitterness towards their past beliefs. And this is often because they felt lied to by faith leaders. Now, this can exist on a spectrum. On the one hand, there might be people who, on one extreme, dub everyone a liar for God that defends Christianity. And on the other, it might just be this sense of a nagging frustration like you've been manipulated. And it's important to realize that this less extreme nagging frustration can exist even in a context where someone knows that their religious community wasn't intentionally trying to hurt them, but nevertheless, people still feel manipulated in the end oftentimes. Well, why do people feel this way? It's not because there's not enough solid pro-Jesus content out there, I can assure you. What often seems to be the case is that this is just an inevitable outcome of certain approaches to apologetics. Now, on the one hand, there are certainly times where it appears that people are being intentionally misleading, apologists are. And there's others where it's like less clear than that. Are they just straw-manning their opponents because they're incompetent or they have an elementary understanding of what they're talking about? That's always a possibility as well. Are they acting like their beliefs are so obviously true that no well-meaning person can reject them because they have a psychological need to portray their case as stronger than it really is? I mean, these are the questions we might ask, and however you come down on those questions, what's clear is that many apologists appear to be trying to inculcate Christians with a steady stream of apologetics swagger. It's not just that they're probably right, it's that they're definitely right, and the sinful world is just closing their eyes and ears to the truth. Whatever helps them sleep at night, I guess. But let's take this back around to the original question. Are apologists being dishonest? I don't think it's as simple as just saying yes, because what a lot of them are doing, at least likely in my opinion, is that they think that the truth of their beliefs depend on them being obviously true. And so that if they're just not obviously true, then their whole worldview essentially collapses. So they act as if the evidence, or well, let's say maybe they pretend like the evidence is stronger than it really is, because if they don't, then again, their beliefs collapse. So this kind of chest puffing might seem like a good idea to them, but honestly, in an age of unprecedented access to information, it's just going to backfire. And it's really not, when you're working with the kind of evidence we have for Christianity, which is inconclusive at best. I'm just being nice here. This kind of chest puffing is just backfiring. After all, the moment that curious believers venture off the lawn of pop apologetics and into real philosophy or real biblical studies, they're going to quickly realize that a lot of what they were taught to be certain about isn't really certain at all. And sometimes the best critiques of their views might come from Christian scholars. Given that, is it really any wonder that a lot of people feel lied to after they leave the faith? And one of the delicious ironies in here is that sometimes the people that make the most bombastically confident claims in favor of their religious beliefs, I think in this kind of information-rich environment, are ironically doing the most to undermine the very claims they're trying to defend. So that's saying something.